Hi YouTube, it's Mark from Harvard Brewery. Welcome back. Now there's a bit of a bandwagon that people are jumping on, and that is show us your brew space. So I've not done a video for a while. I've recorded loads, but I've just never actually stitched them together. So what I'll do, I'll just stick around my shed and you can have a look. It's a bit of a bright day here in northwest England, so I'm squinting a bit. It is bright. Right, let me get on with the video. So I got the shed, well, I started brewing 2014, something like that. So the shed arrived a bit later. It's a standard 10 foot by 8 foot shed. It goes back. It's got massive lights around, fairy lights or whatever you want to call it. So I'll just go in the shed and show you. Now this camera, unfortunately, it sort of zooms in a lot. My old camera I broke, which will be in another video. And this is the second time I've recorded this. Right, brewing stuff. So yeah, the usual sort of crap, you know, the paraphernalia. You've got a bottle tree, there's some fermenters there, another little bitty fermenter, which is quite nice actually. Yeah, bottle washer, and then we've got some junk that's not even brew related. I don't know what's even in that box. I don't even know what's in there. I will point this out because it's just version 2 and I forgot it. There's a induction plate sat on that shelf. Ignore that junk. Yeah. Oh, it's a piece of wood to prop up the fermenter when I'm draining it. That's junk. This chubby box. I've actually just done another video a few days ago about this, so that was sealed until a few days ago. Okay, moving on. Let's move around this side. Standard junky paraphernalia. Yes, star sign, cleaning materials, water treatments, some more star sand that the pack broke or the bottle leaked or something, so I had to put it in a bottle. Yes, stuff that we've all bought and never used. One very large conical vessel for doing starters. Yeah, one Beckman beer gun clone that I've never used. Yeah, never used. Things to stop you getting boilovers. I've got measures and stuff. Down here you can see Protafloc, some acids and all sorts in there. Stuff you buy and you might never use. In fact, I should probably go through them and have a look. Bottle tops, etc. in here it's just standard storage. Bags for putting hops in. Vaseline's in here. VWP. There's all sorts in here, right? So it's stuff that you bought. Siphon, you know, the stuff you always get. There's a lot of tubs under there for putting hops in. I don't know why I saved so many, but there's just junk in there, bottles and that. Just stuff I've kept. My CO2 tank, that's good. Moving on. Yep, got my malts, all in plastic tubs. There's all sorts in there, from specialty malts to standard Maris Otter. This is Maris Otter in here, some flake barley, porridge oats for doing an IPA. Yep, all just standard sort of stuff. Under here I've got other bottles, but I don't tend to bottle, so I've binned loads. They're the bigger bottles, and bottle over the small 330ml. We bottle some more junky fermenters, which I can probably get rid of. Purple line cleaner, and there are a few demijohns under there, but I did get rid of a lot. Yeah, moving along the line. I think you've seen this before. Most people have on the channel. That's when I last brewed a gamma ray. I put extra sugar in because my grains weren't that efficient, and 7.5, it's too strong. 26th of June 21, crikey, 2 years ago I last brewed. Yeah, things like, you know, optical thermometers, and there's stuff up there. There's a tilt up there somewhere. I think it might be in the bag there. So what's in here now? I've got to watch out, everything fell out last time. It's full of hops. Most of these are so old I need to bin them. I need to go through. I've actually got 2 packs of CF184. This was a experimental one, I think. But it is best before August this year, so I might actually try that. I can't remember what it's about. I don't think you can buy it anymore. I think it did come from the malt miller. Right, so that's all hops in there. There's some hops that a friend grew, and I did said make a beer. That was like a year ago. I've not done yet. Oh, yeah. The standard 2 keg fridge I've had for ages. So it's a fridge freezer at the top, fridge at the bottom. Gas comes in. My God, there's stuff in there when I brew that. 2017, yep, all that needs to be thrown away. That's what I did get ages ago and I never used. This is Across My Loop Citrulicious. Citrulicious, yeah. Basically, it's a hop extract. You can put it in your beer or dip it in your pint in the pub. And loads of yeast. Go on, let's have a laugh. When were these best before? February 2022. That was last year. I'll make a starter and see what they're like when I next brew, because I've got no new yeast. Right, this is where the fun comes in. So, part of them 2 kegs down there, which I need to sell because I don't use them. Box of bottles, all my home brewing shit. There's like toolboxes and stuff, and lots of stuff up here, and then it's here. This is an Anycubic Viper. It's my 3D. I put this bag on the day, it said tight. It's a 3D printer. So this is a 3D printer workshop as well. Been using it quite a lot recently. I think it's 256 by 256 by 260 or 280. I can't remember. It's just a 3D printer, standard FDM or filament printer. I put the bag on because it doesn't like getting wet. Filament itself doesn't like getting wet because most filament is PLA, which is hygroscopic and will suck up any water, and when you spit it turns the water into steam, and that splatters and wrecks your 3D print, so don't do that. I've got all my 3D filaments in here. You gotta believe me, there's loads in there. There is. Loads in there. Another junk. Down the bottom, there's just storage for, that's where they are. That's where my pots are. I've got some brew pots down there, which I use for sparge water. And I use the induction plate over there. So I haven't got a Burco boiler. I could do with one, a small one. Right, that's the printer side. There's now on at the end, it's just tons of junk, electronic junk. Why? Because this is my brew space, and this is really an electronic repair place. So I actually have tied it up, would you believe? So I've put loads of stuff in that box, loads of crap. But on here is all my stuff, meters and soldering iron. But the control panel's still there. That's okay. Standard extractor, and in the corner is my poor brew monk, sat next to the chubby. So yep, the brew monk is sat there. I cleaned it out last weekend, fully cleaned it, sanitised it, everything. That is now ready to use, and I may be using that in the next week also to make a beer. I just need to make the recipe up. Yeah, the chubby, which I've done a video on about a week ago. So this has been in here a week. It's had some sanitizer in, and it is still holding pressure. So I have no leaks with that, and I'm happy to use that as a pressurised fermentation thing. Right, what else in here? There's crap down there, yeah, crap. Flash chiller's still here, not used. A few more bottles, there's some bottles under here. But I've got rid of most of this stuff. Spare brew pipe at the end. Finally, oh, by the way, the valve's still there, and the pump is knocking around. So, what I was thinking of, I actually might cook it all up so I can get my sparge water measured correctly, because I currently use a measuring jug. I might use that. I don't know, is it over the top? The control panel's still here, so I could use that. Anyway, last bit is the beer fridge. Again, I've just done some adaptations to this. which I won't spoil the next video, but the heat lamp is now on a block of wood at the back temporarily. So that's my little single fermentation fridge with a tiny little fan at the top. So there's a piece of wood that goes here. It's down the side at the moment. I can't fit the chubby in if that piece of wood's in, but I can if I'm using like my 15mm. So 15mm? 15 litre fermenter, I can fit it all in, so that's where we are. I'll leave the door open just so it doesn't really get full of anything it shouldn't do. Condensation, shouldn't, it's turned off. So that's currently my brewing space, and as you can see, it's not really good for brewing, is it? Hey? So I think someone needs to tidy up and maybe throw some stuff away, like all stuff off here. But I might need it in future. Like, I might need to reuse that water filter and my blue pipe so I can get water in here. And it gets piped over there. Thing is, there's no drain in here, so it's a bit crap. I might as well just fill up some water in the fermenter bucket and bring it in. Right, anyway, I'm waffling. So that's my brew space. So that's it, followers. Jump on the bandwagon. This is my brew space, and the door's shut in. Yeah, the light's changed. Okay, so yeah, it's my brew space. That's it, a boring video, but jump to the bandwagon, you can see stuff. I realised I never mentioned the pipes over there. There's some pipes. Okay, right, well, it's good to see you all, and I will be back. I've got videos in, I never put on, a bit like Rusty, put on some other day. Been brewing since April, and he never put anything on. I didn't put anything on for 2021, or for brewing, but I have done other videos. And you've done them, you leave them, and then they're out of date. Hence, I just deleted gigs and gigs of video. It must have been boring though, as usual. Right, okay, well, I'm going to leave it here. So, this is Mark from Hoverdog, signing off. And as always, stay thirsty.